And welcome to Flexible Games, where we are starting a new series. This is an older game from an indie developer. He did basically all of the work in this game, and I just love this game. And I haven't played it in a long time, and I thought, take a little break from Factorial. There are a lot of Factorial videos, a lot of people doing Factorial right now, and I've done a couple series on it. I'm kind of in the waiting for maybe a new version. Maybe I'll start up another series for .13 when it comes out and all the new features that we're going to get for that. So as a sort of a change of pace, I think I'm going to do a little series in Banished. I'm going to go for a population, sort of a try to build up a big city. This is a moddable game. There's a lot of mods available for it, and I have a few loaded and enabled. I have this new medieval town, which adds a bunch of different cool houses, as well as a huge cathedral as sort of an end game thing that we can do. And I'm hoping to kind of build a big city here. Let me change some of the audio. I've got the music down. I'm not sure if the music is copyrighted or not. I'm going to lower some of the UI volume down a little bit, get some of these down. I don't want it to be too overpowering. I'll record one video here and see what the sound is like and then tweak it from there. I usually have the sound pretty low. As far as ambient volume, effect volume might be a little high still. UI volume, I don't need that high, so let's do that. All right, so let's start a new game, and because I'm going for just population, let's just call this Flexston. It's going to give me some different seeds. I want to go valleys. I'm going to go giant. Climate, let's go with mild. You can, if you want a really hard game, you can make it really hard and struggle. And I find that as the population goes up, it becomes more and more difficult. So you really, even on mild, you can run into problems. I'm going to leave disasters on, and I'm going to leave starting conditions on medium. All right, let's start a new game. It's generating my maps. It's putting everything in order. I'm not sure how long this takes, but yeah, this game is really pleasant. So I don't plan on doing a whole lot of cutting or working in between, in between episodes. So this is sort of a relaxed, just chill sort of series where you just take it easy. I wanna build some houses. This is a great spot here. I'm getting a little banding across my visual. I'm not sure if that's gonna come through on the video or not. It's probably due to my video recording software. So let's set up some houses for our families. Use some of this initial wood and stone. And see where we go from there. Let's get my usual tools here. Production limits I have up. Jobs I usually have up. Mini map I usually have. Production limits, I have that up. Mini map, I usually bring that up. And log of events, not as important. but still pretty good. So I've got 10 people assigned to labor. Let's see. I know that there is a general stats. There we go. That's what I wanted. So there we go. So we have the reserve of stone is low. Let's grab some removal and destruction tools. Remove resources. So I want all of those rocks. And I'm going to need some firewood. And those sounds are still pretty loud. Audio. So let's just really bring these down. They really come through in the videos a lot more than anything. So do we have builders? We don't. Let's increase the number of builders we get. Food. We have 1,800 potatoes. So food-wise, we're gonna need some food. So these have everything they need. And we're gonna need to clear out some land for farms right away. Food is really the stickler here. So once people are getting into houses, so this needs wood. So we have firewood ready. We are gonna want some. We're gonna want some trees. So let's zoom out here. Let's look at our land. Lots of great building space. You know, this will probably turn into our city center in here and be able to branch off. We've got a huge lake here that we can fish from. Massive lake. And the traders, I'm guessing, will come in. Well, they either come in this direction or they'll come in from the bottom. So we can use a lot of this land for farming, it looks like. So let's see. We got one house ready to go. I forgot the key to... So we've got 2 people, Alonza and a Raphael. I can't rename people. I wish I could. And you can follow people around. It's just a great little game. Relaxing. Just a relaxing game. Slowly getting the houses built up. Let's clear some more land for our first farm. And so we want farm crop field. Now, one of the mods I have installed is better fields, so you can actually get really big fields if you want. However, I don't think that's gonna help us out very much. So let's go with initially a 10 by 10. Not sure what food we have available. It sort of randomizes it when you start. I gotta see what key that is. Options, game, input. Cancel action, mouse 2, right click. So if I do this and right click, okay. I knew it was a simple key, it's been a while since I played it, so I wanted to figure it out. So these are number of citizens. So we've got to remove 4 things. So yeah, if people are unfamiliar with this game, you're basically a small group of people that was banished from somewhere. It's kind of unknown of where you were from, but you're trying to start up a settlement and get it going. Your people eventually have kids, and so we've got an 11-year-old here who's married to an 18-year-old. It's very medieval, it's kind of reminiscent of those times, so I'm not going to comment too much on how the game does that. But for now, we need to get our colony sort of self-sustaining. Everybody's pretty much uneducated right now. So here we have two very young people into the workforce and a bunch of kids. They start, I forget how old they are when if you don't have a school, they start working at a pretty young age and contribute. It might be like 10, around 10, and then when you get a school, then you actually can build up from there, and they start getting educated. So they don't immediately enter the workforce. So you got to really pay attention when you initially create. If you build a school so early, your workforce is really delayed because there's a huge delay in new workers and educated workers, because it'll be 6 years, and a year in this game is a season. So from spring into summer, that's essentially a year. So there are mods that allow you to, a year is a year, and a lot of people play those kinds of games. All it does is really it just delays it, and I'm going to prioritize this. So everybody should work on that, because food right now, we went from 1800 down, now we're less than 500. So we really need to get, how's our firewood? We are out of firewood. So let us build a firewood station. Woodcutter. I want to leave a space, kind of line up the street, and build a woodcutter. See, I prioritized this, so they immediately started working on it. Extras do other things. Our builders are going strong. Now I can build orchards too. I'm not sure what I have as far as plants go. You start with randomized plants, so I may not even have a crop. I may have to do an orchard right away. Yeah, this person is having a tough time because they don't have any firewood. So let's see, what do we want to plant? Let's plant wheat. And I want 2 people there, and I want 2 people there. So the number of laborers are just people who don't have any job associated with them. The number of laborers can fluctuate. In the off growing season, the farmers, when the crops aren't growing, the farmers actually become laborers. Anybody who has a job but doesn't have any work is essentially a laborer. So we have iron tools. We have some coats, but not many. So we got to see this. This will all be developed. I got to make sure I leave some space for, gatherers and, a wood farm and all that kind of stuff. All right, so the builders are done. Really, you don't want to overbuild houses because people might not pair up. And you want people to pair up to have kids to grow your population. So as the kids grow up, they will pair up and start having kids of their own. And this event log will show, if any kids are born and warn you of different things. So we weren't able to get this crop in until pretty late. And also, survivability is also largely dependent on your variety of food. So if you're just feeding people with one type of food, it can cause malnourishment pretty easily and cause problems. So even though we've got wheat, if that's the only thing we're feeding people, that is a problem because malnourishment will start to kick in. So we want to sort of vary it as much as we can. We got a little bit of potatoes left, but not too much. I'm probably going to want to also build. So we got this that's building. Let's try a fishery. And this, we don't really have the. Let's see if we can kind of want this to be kind of a main street. Main street going through here. So let's kind of build this off a little bit in the back. I want to cover as much water as I can. That's a good spot right there. So once this finishes, I'll assign somebody to start cutting firewood. We got plenty of wood here ready to go. And I need that to start growing. Please start growing. Now the few laborers we have are delivering resources for our fishery. Oh, there we go. We're starting to grow. All right. There we go. So now we want to assign a woodcutter. Now woodcutters, they'll burn through our tools. Iron tools don't last too long. They'll start to burn through our tools pretty fast. So we want to really watch the early game in this game. Just like any new colony is very, very delicate in making sure that you have enough food, enough clothes. People can freeze to death. You have enough firewood to heat the houses. So this person might be... No, he's the builder. So he's delivering firewood. Or he might be walking... No, he's delivering wood there. This is our woodcutter. She is kind of wandering around. Not sure what you want to be doing there, but we need a good harvest on that wheat this year. Otherwise, it's going to be tough. I'll get somebody fishing. We're kind of running low on laborers right now, so I need to get somebody fishing. So come back for next episode where we continue trying to build up our little meager city. And not sure what my population goal will be. if it's 100,000 people, if it's higher than that. It will all depend on how my population is doing, and I wanna strive for like a high amount of people, but I'm not sure how much the game can handle or if there's a cap. So come back for the next episode where we continue our awesome city of Flexston. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.